My name is Bharath. I am studying 10th standard. First of all, respected and honorable principal of our school, M. Shegaraju sir, and correspondent of our school, Kakamanjan sir, and our school teacher staff, and my dear brothers and sisters, a pleasant good morning to all. Today my choice to speak out on the stage about the child labor effect on society. How the child labor affect on the society? Now we talk. The work is a sense which does not affect, which does not attend to the school regularly. Who are the children not going to school in the society? They are living in the four walls of society. First wall is poverty. Second wall is literacy. Third wall is hunger. Hunger means that who are going to works in the labor works, they are the hangers for food and no other choice to get education and shelter, clothing and etc. And the fourth one is unemployment. Unemployment means that which leads to get family low income. Family low income, which leads to children to get the labor works to other industrials and agriculture sectors and etc. In these works, children are working, so that when the family income is high, then the children did not attend to the labor works. And in the 19th and early 20th century, most of the children are attended in the child labors. Why? Because in the early 20th century, most of the industries are implemented. In these centuries, there is the more industries are implemented. By this cause of implementation of industries, most of the laborers are wanted in this industries, so that the government has to take the child labor. It is the criminal case, but the leadership of the government, they are taking the child workers. I mean that 6 to 14 years of the children, they are the child workers. By the child workers don't do anything of works in the industries and in agriculture sectors. By this labor, the law is treated as a punishment for this law in the action. And in the rural side, there is most of the child workers are doing in the urban side rather than the rural side. Why? Because in the rural side there is more works, but there isn't no high income, so that the child labor are involved in these labors. By the rural side, about 80% of the children are involved, and the urban side there is only 20% of the children are involved in this. And most of the child labor are involved in the agriculture sector. Why? Because in the agriculture sector, in the future there isn't no education to the children who get the low income of the family, so that they are practicing that the future education of the agriculture, so that there is the percent of 60% of agriculture sector is involves the child labors. In this way, some of the children are encouraged by the parents to get the child labor in the industries. Why? Because they didn't know more income, so that they have to work for the family also. Some of the children are stealing things. Stealing things means that who are the thieves in our country and in our surrounding areas. And by the stealing things, by the government has treated a criminal, so that some of the government persons are killed the children for their freedom life. And in the United States and Europe countries, most of the children are working in the child labors as child labors. And now we talk about the adult unemployment. We know that the adult unemployment is most important to our country to develop and to develop in the technology, and so that but they didn't take the adult employment. Why? Because the adult employment is more cost and salary. They ask any question on the owners, so that they didn't take the adult employments. and they take only children. Why? Because they don't know how to work, and they do only works hard, and they do more hours, and they didn't question anything on the owners of the industries and any other. And now we talk about the laborers. In the laborers, there is 4 kinds of the laborers. They are vetty mean that who are working in the upper caste people before them, that they didn't take any cost of money. They work only for their profession of them didn't get them food, shelter and etc. They treated by their zamindars and rajakars as a dog. They didn't treat as a human being. And the second one is domestic laborers. The domestic laborers are working in the houses to cleaning the houses and clothing and etc. And now we talk about the agriculture laborer. In the agriculture, most of the people are working. Why? Because in the agriculture they get the physical body strength of them. By this they get food items also. So this cause of so that they wants to work in the agricultural labor. And now we talk about the construction laborer. We know that in our country so much of constructions are been running now. In those constructions, many of the children are working. Why? Because they want to get money, more income to develop their house and to develop their life education. So that they have to work in the construction, like building roads, buildings and etc. And now we talk about the politic leaders, how the politic leaders are involved in the child labor in the industries. When the politic leaders are lead one of the leadership in our country, then they are get more money. Then they construct the one industries or factories, companies. Then they want the laborers in those industries. Then they take the child laborers. By the politic leaders, they are the more invented this politics, this laborer works, so that first the politic leaders has to change. Then our country also named as the developed country. When there isn't any education to children, how did our country educate? Now we have to question that. Now the politics leaders have to help to low educated peoples and low income of the family. And at last my conclusion is we also help the who didn't get the education in our country. So that we have to help the children to for giving money and to give education for helping our surrounding areas and etc. And thank you again this great opportunity.